Hello there, Aquarius. It's time for your weekly reading. I'm Michele B. And for those of you who already know me, I don't usually set up in this place. I think you haven't seen me in my truck since like September of last year, because my Charlie Bird, this is my F-150, he's my Charlie Bird. Last year he was my sanctuary during the COVID pandemic, where you couldn't hang out anywhere, and so I was hanging out in my truck as like the place where I could get some peace. And so finally I got my truck back. I finally got a new engine in him, and now I can get back to my special quiet place. I share a very small apartment with a few people, and so I don't have any privacy. And plus, since spring, there's been so much construction, trains constantly going by, semi-trucks and Harleys flying down the road, plus an outdoor cafe right outside my bedroom window. I love my bedroom, and I will continue doing readings there whenever I can, but it's really it's been very challenging with the environment that I've been in. So I'm probably going to do some readings still in the evenings, but whenever I can, I'm going to do some readings from my truck. Anyway, let's get to the point. Let's get your messages, Aquarius. Just a little something about me, right? For those of you who have been following me for a little while, what's going on with Michele. But generally, let's look at what you need to know for this week. If there's any specific messages for particular stories that come in, I'll make sure that you know that, hey, this is a particular thing for those of you who need to hear it. But for right now, we got the Nine of Pentacles lady. She's come up a couple of times in these readings so far this week. She's one of my favorites because she's got it going on, right? She's got everything except one thing. Okay, but she's the manager of the vineyard. She knows what needs to be done in order to keep the whole system going, right? So you've got this perennial crop that needs to be tended every year. Somebody's got to harvest the grapes. Somebody's got to process them. Somebody's got to bottle them. Somebody's got to distribute them. And then the money comes in. So she can't do all that stuff herself. She engages, she brings in and collaborates with the people in the village, all the people of the community, to get this whole process done. And then when the money comes in, she pays them all out for the work that they put in. And so in that way, she's like the job creator, and she's the one that supervises everything. She's the mastermind of the process. But she is missing one thing, because you notice she don't got nobody. Whether you want to be with someone or not, this is you're just well, I'm kind of just feeling like I've been alone. Like nobody really understands who I am and what I'm all about. And really that's just it's a mindset thing, because everyone can feel that way from time to time, even when they're constantly, I've had situations where I was constantly surrounded by other people and felt alone. I didn't feel like anyone really understood who I am, what I'm about, or really deeply cared. And it was a tape loop going on inside my unconscious mind that was like, this is what love looks like. And all the other stuff, all the other expressions of care is doesn't matter. But I had to reset. I had to affirm and reset my attitude about what love looks like. And it started with how I treated myself. If you treat yourself like you don't matter, then that's all you're going to feel from other people. No matter how much they actually do care about you, no matter how well they actually know you, you're always going to feel like you don't deserve to be loved if you don't really deeply think that you're fucking awesome. That's a tall order for most people So that's just like to really fully think that you're awesome. And it seems like the people that are the most egotistical and full of themselves are the people that don't like themselves, that like dislike themselves the most. Keep that in mind. If you're like, I don't want to come off as like an egotistical, self-centered person because I like am learning how to love myself, just remember that, okay? Because the people that come off like that actually like really don't love themselves. They're like flagellating themselves all the time. Real self-love is very quiet, very subtle. Let's look at this lady again. I think she really, really loves herself. This is where you need to go, where you want to go, right? You want to come to this point where you're so beautiful. Everyone around you is looking at you and they're like, you are so fucking awesome. But you're not really seeing yourself that way. Let's get some clarification from my other deck of some further food for thought about that. Anyway, there are practices for self-love that are all over the internet. And lots of books about learning how to love yourself, about the steps that go into, like steps that you can take towards self-love. The way that I started, because I knew it was something that I needed to work on, the way that I started for myself was just listening to self-love frequency meditations on YouTube when I went to bed. Because I didn't feel like that was something that was a priority to me, even though I knew I needed to do it. It wasn't a priority to me during the day, and I didn't know how to get to the point of taking the steps to do nice things for myself, to treat myself with all this loving care. So the first step for me was to get into the vibration, and I did that by listening to self-love neural frequencies. Okay, so you'll find lots of those. I don't know if they're BS or not, but they worked for me, because it's like setting an intention before you go to sleep of, I'm going to learn how to love myself, will attract day after day. It builds up and it will attract opportunities for you to learn from others about how to love yourself. Any further messages for Aquarius, please? There's a couple that almost wanted to come out. And there's the Nine of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords that came out. Here's an interesting idea. This card, I don't think the message is directly has to do with anxiety. The message is about when you go to bed at night. This is when the loneliness really sets in, is at bedtime. And I was talking about doing meditations at night. When I was really feeling the most, the hardest on myself, feeling the most anxious about who I was and whether or not anybody even cared, was at night when I went to go to bed. And so what I would do is I would do a little prayer at bedtime where I would say to God, to universe, to the guardian angels, whoever it was that's out there watching out for me, please teach me how to love myself. Okay? Please take this feeling of dissatisfaction away from me. Take it away. I feel at peace. Give me peace, please. Give me peace. Show me how to love myself. Give me peace. Show me how to love myself. That's the fast track to, if you don't know where to start, the fast track is identify what you want. You don't know where to start to get it. Identify what you want and give a prayer every night. Show me the way. Show me the way. You will be shown the way. I promise. And that's what this card is all about. If you don't know how to start loving yourself, the way will be shown if you put it in your prayer before you go to sleep every night. I don't care if you're atheist. Set the intention. Because if you're atheist, then you do believe in quantum physics. You can shift reality for yourself with your mind, with your perception. So whether you're atheist and you're shifting your mind with your perception, whether you believe in God and you're praying to the Lord above, whether you believe in the universe because you're just spiritual, whether you believe in you and your own higher self, pray to that to give you peace and show you the way to self-love so that you can have everything, the complete package of everything that you want. You'll be able to fully enjoy the awesomeness of your life right now. Let's bring it all together with a blessing, an affirmation before I close out. So we're going to inhale love down to our root chakra, the place where our backside touches the surface that we're sitting on. Love all the way down. We are safe right now. We are present in this moment, and it is wonderful. This present moment is wonderful and beautiful. Exhale fear, anxiety, worry. Inhale love all the way down, and know that you are so worthy of all the love. You are worthy of everything that you have. You're worthy of being understood. You're worthy of deep, deep, intimate connection. You're worthy of deep, intimate connection with yourself and with others. Inhale love from others. Exhale loneliness. Inhale love for yourself. Exhale loneliness. You're safe. You're comforted. You're loved right now. This is where I leave off. Thank you, Aquarius, for being with me. I'll see you again soon. Love you.